You're viewing Tobago Updates Television, your exclusive gateway to Tobago, broadcasting the beauty of this island paradise to the world.
these children who will inherit this compound, oh God. Those who have already demonstrated their excellence and left their legacy among us. Bless every person who has been touched by the life of those who have led them at Scarborough Secondary School. As we turn this sod, oh God, today when you have sent so many showers of blessings for us, remind us, oh God, that whatever turmoil may come, you are here with us, you will cover us, you will shelter us, you will keep us protected, and you will take us to the ultimate conclusion, which is all that you have set us here to be. Continue to bless us, oh God, and help us to go through these proceedings to your honor and to your glory. Through Christ's most holy name I pray. Amen.
Good morning. I am Nisha Kababach, Communications Officer with the Division of Education, Research and Technology, and I'm honored to be a Master of Ceremonies for this event, the sod turning ceremony for the new Scarborough Secondary School. Please allow me to acknowledge our esteemed guest, the Chief Secretary, Tobago House of Assembly, Honorable Wally Augustine, Secretary of the Division of Education, Research and Technology, Assemblyman Sorisha Hackett, all other secretaries of the Tobago House of Assembly. Special acknowledgement to the Secretary of Food Security, Natural Resources, the Environment and Sustainable Development, Assemblyman Natisha Charles Pantin, Chief Administrator of the Tobago House of Assembly, Mrs. Denise Toby Kwashi, Administrator of the Division of Education, Research and Technology, Mrs. Diane Baker Henry, all other administrators of the Tobago House of Assembly, all other THA officials, CEO of EIDCOT, Ms. Abina Richards and her team, President of the Trinidad and Tobago Unified Teachers Association, Principal, past principal, students, members of the Scarborough Secondary alumni, students, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen. A very warm welcome to each and every one of you. So glad that you could join us. Your presence adds to the significance of this event. To those of us watching us online, welcome to you as well. Before we move on to the pivotal moment, I would like to invite Mrs. Diane Baker Henry, Administrator of the Division of Education, Research and Technology, to bring us greetings.
Thank you, Master of Ceremony. And permit me, in the essence of time, to stand on the established protocol just read to us. And so I say a hearty good morning to each and every one of you. Good morning. Even though it's raining, we are cool. And certainly we give God thanks for the showers of blessing. And so today, I almost say brothers and sisters. Today, ladies and gentlemen, is a momentous occasion as we gather and mark this official sod turning on this site for the new Scarborough Secondary School. As we turn the sod on this project, we in the Division of Education, Research and Technology, and I dare say the Tobago House of Assembly, we are celebrating a significant milestone in the journey towards providing a safe and enriching educational experience for generations to come. We stand on a plot of land that will be transformed into a vibrant center of learning, and it is important to reflect on the strides the leadership, teachers and students of the institution that is Scarborough Secondary School have achieved over the years. Amid infrastructural challenges, and we are all aware of those, They have continued to excel in areas of academics, sports, music, and overall student development. Their dedication toward excellence must be commended. Put your hands together for them. Must be commended amidst all the difficulty they have experienced over the years. And this decision to build this new educational facility is not just about erecting walls and classrooms. It's a commitment to investing in the future. As a division, we understand the critical importance education plays in shaping the destiny of our students and collectively contributing to the betterment of society. This school will be a testament of our dedication in providing quality education and fostering an environment where students can thrive academically, sociably, and personally. This project, I'm proud to announce, is a collaborative effort between bringing together experts of architects, engineers through the Eco Industrial Development Company of Tobago, our own EDCOT. We work together with tutor, PTA, the school's leadership, the Scarborough Secondary School alumni, students, and community leaders. We also had partnering with us the the PTA of the school as well. The construction of the school will be a tangible manifestation of what we can achieve when we work together towards a common goal. It will be, that is, the school will be a testament of the power of unity and shared vision. This morning, ladies and gentlemen, I feel like I'm in church. I might just say hallelujah, amen. Amen, amen, and then I will take up my collection. This morning, ladies and gentlemen, I want to express my heartfelt gratitude to everyone who is working on this project to making it a reality. From the initial planning stage to the user brief design, and now we are breaking ground. Each entity involved has played a critical role in bringing us to this moment. To the teachers who will be shaping the minds of, who continue to shape the minds of the future leaders, and the students who will be the heart and soul of this institution, I encourage you to dream big, 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 big. This new educational facility will not be just a building. It will be a place where dreams will be nurtured, where knowledge will be imparted, and where lifelong fellowship will be forged. As we turn this sod today, it will symbolize the turning of a new chapter in the history of our island. May this school stand as a symbol of progress, resilience, and a commitment to the pursuit of knowledge. I thank you. Amen. I am taking my collection now, please.
Thank you, Mrs. Baker Henry, for your insightful words. Ladies and gentlemen, it is with great honor and privilege that I now welcome to the lectern Assemblyman Zorisha Hackett, the Secretary of the Division of Education, Research and Technology, a stalwart supporter of progressive initiatives in education. She's instrumental in driving positive change in our educational landscape.
Thank you, Ms. Kamabach, and I'm going to ask you to permit me to stand on the already established protocols and wish you a hearty good morning, Tobago. Today is a momentous occasion for all islanders as we gather to witness the groundbreaking of the new Scarborough Secondary School. a symbol of progress and a testament to the steadfast commitment of your Tobago House of Assembly to quality education. As the Secretary of Education, Research and Technology, I stand before you with a heart brimming with pride at the prospect of a smart school that will cater to the dynamic technological needs of our island. Our decision to embark on this transformative journey is rooted in the acknowledgement of the challenges faced by the existing infrastructure down there at Old Government Farm Road Extension, Shore Park, Scarborough, Tobago. A structure weathered by time, a growing population, erosion, and the intricate geographical and technological issues we now have there, and those complexities. Our dedication to providing an environment conducive to learning and innovation for students and dedicated staff remains unyielding. The new Scarborough Secondary School is not just a structure. It is, of course, a profound symbol of a collective investment in Tobago's future. To esteemed educators, this new school signifies the turning of a fresh chapter, a space where your unwavering dedication will be met with state-of-the-art facilities, a space where you can create an environment conducive to unparalleled learning experiences, and one, of course, where you can truly explore all the instructional horizons. For our students, and I'm very happy to see you here today in your numbers, it means access to cutting-edge resources and technologies. And of course, it's preparing you to survive, not only to survive, rather, but to thrive in an ever-evolving world. As we stand on the precipice of progress, let us extend our gaze beyond the walls of academia to the heart of Tobago itself. This smart school embodies all our collective vision for a vibrant and prosperous community, one that wholeheartedly recognizes the transformative power of education. We are cognizant of the challenges faced by small island developing states, and it is through strategic investments such as this one that we fortify our foundation and significantly contribute to the Sustainable Development Goal number 4, quality education. SDG 4 at its core is a pledge to ensure inclusive and equitable quality education for all. For Tobago, this commitment translates into a future where every child has access to a high-quality education, regardless of background or socioeconomic realities. As we invest in education, we cultivate the seeds of progress and resilience, ensuring that Tobago not only meets SDG 4, but surpasses those targets themselves. This groundbreaking ceremony also holds a deeply personal significance for me, as you may be aware that I myself am a past teacher of the Scarborough Secondary School. It is a firm reminder of the transformative impact educators have on the lives of their students and the profound responsibilities we carry. To witness this evolution of educational landscape is to see our shared dreams come to fruition. An advanced, technology-driven space where learning transcends boundaries. As I close, I want to urge us to celebrate this sod-turning ceremony not merely as the commencement of a construction project, but as a resolute stride towards a brighter, technologically advanced and enriched future for Tobago, one that echoes the principles of sustainable development and, of course, quality education. I thank you, and may the spirit of education guide us on this exhilarating journey ahead. SSS Marlins, welcome to your new home. I thank you.
Thank you, Assemblyman Hackett. Your perspective has helped to enrich our understanding of the significance of the project. I now have the distinct honor to introduce our esteemed guest, the Chief Secretary of the Tobago House of Assembly, the Honorable Farley Augustine, a visionary leader dedicated to the progress of our beautiful island. His presence here today underscores the significance of this momentous occasion.
Thank you. You may have your seats. Allow me this morning to recognize the Secretary for Education, Research and Technology, Assemblyman Zurisha Hackett, other secretaries and assistant secretaries in the Tobago House of Assembly, Chief Administrator, Mrs. Denise Toby-Kwashe, Administrator in the Division of Education, Research and Technology, Mrs. Diane Baker-Henry, and other administrators of the Tobago House of Assembly, School Supervisor 3, Mrs. Sherry-Ann Wollox Hackett, other senior officers of the Division of Education, Research and Technology, Tutor Tobago President, Mr. Roberts, Acting Principal of Scarborough Secondary School, Mrs. Elliott Peters, and other members of staff, PTA, the Alumni Association, students, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It is a good morning for us in Tobago because this morning we commence the project that is Scarborough Secondary School. It has been a very long while that Tobago has been tossing around the idea of constructing a new school for Scarborough Secondary. It is no secret that the island faces some challenges brought on by climate change, coastal erosion in particular, and Scarborough Secondary School stands as a victim of our battle against the sea. But it is what it is because we have to learn to live on an island. And living on an island means living with the sea. It also means that from time to time we will have to pick up from where we are located and be relocated. And that's what's happening for Scarborough Secondary School today. The school has been eroded or eroding over time, and over the last 2 years we have spent no less than $10 million trying to keep the school up and running. And today we are happy that we can switch focus from putting paint on peeling walls and trying to rub out corrosion from steel frames and changing roofing systems to actually embarking on building a new secondary school for the students of Scarborough Secondary. And you should be proud of that. Being a member of the Tobago House of Assembly since 2017, I have seen Scarborough Secondary School on the estimates every single fiscal year that I have been a member of the Tobago House of Assembly. And this is the first real step taken in all of these years in getting a new secondary school for the students, the alumni, and the community that supports Scarborough Secondary. Your transition has gone many ways over the years. Your school started as a standalone secondary school, and then it transitioned into a junior secondary where you wore the dreaded gray and white. At that time I was in maroon. And then you transition again into a standalone secondary school. We know the challenges you have had and continue to have with staffing and the establishment. We know the challenges you have every single year, and I've walked that school as Chief Secretary no less than 3 times in an official capacity, looking at all the things to be fixed. We have had contractors come in from all over the place. We have had some good construction work, and we have had some bad construction work. We have had buildings built that just cannot be used. We have had buildings built that after being used for so many years, we just have to either abandon them or rebuild them. And the executive of the Tobago House of Assembly has taken the decision that this year, instead of spending millions trying to fix what's broken, let us put the millions towards building something that is fresh, that is new, that is sustainable, and that will ensure that the students of Scarborough Secondary School will continue to enjoy the highest quality education possible on the island. You will be located at a very enviable location. The Tobago House of Assembly has owned this piece of land for a while. It's just over 27 acres of land in this area. However, the school will occupy a gross area of 16,840 meters square, the internal area being 10,909 meters square. We expect that this new school will contain an administrative block, office for the school board, maintenance area, modern cafeteria, sanitary support services, computer and IT rooms, audiovisual and rooms and storage capacity, multimedia center, science laboratories, a technology studio, music room, drama and dance facility, a pan theater, and that's enviable. I don't know, Scarborough Sec has no big pan school to rival where I came from, but we are putting Scarborough Secondary School in train to become a big pan school that can rival the bigger pan schools on the island like Signal Hill and Speyside High. You will have food technology, clothing and textile, home management, agriculture technology, and of course that will include access to land space for gardening, business laboratory, and general outdoor spaces for recreation. You will have a multi-purpose facility as well. We expect that the request for proposals will be issued by the end of January, early February latest, and this will be an open tender process. And I'm happy that the Chamber of Commerce is present here, so I hope that your members will prepare themselves to participate in the tender process. Proposals are expected to be received by April. It will be a design-build facility, which means that we expect the design first and then the construction. Design development, we expect to commence in June of this year, and the construction period is estimated at 24 months. We estimate that the construction of this school will cost the people of Tobago, and by extension the people of Trinidad and Tobago, the taxpayers of this country, quite a tidy sum, a huge sum. But I can't help but reflect in a moment like this on what the real value for dollar will be. The real value for dollar goes beyond a spanking new school that looks nice with the best technology inside. The real value for money must be the performance of our students in the classroom. That's where the value for money must come in. And as an island, we must do some introspection. As a former educator myself, we know that a professional teacher does introspection, must do reflection. And in doing that reflection, I can't help but wonder about the fact that on this island of Tobago, we expend perhaps more money per student than anywhere else in the country and perhaps anywhere else in the region. I can't help but opine about the fact that we perhaps have the best teacher to student ratio in comparison to other parts of the country and the region. And then I must reflect as an educator, myself, talking to myself, and I'm asking myself, have we always gotten the best results commensurate with those facts? The fact is, we expend millions. In fact, in our first year in office, we expended more than $32 million trying to repair schools post-COVID. But it has to go beyond a beautiful plant. Our students who will go to school in a beautiful plant has to compete with students around the world who sometimes are educated in tents like these and who are dominating the global space in terms of performance. A child from Tobago must be able to compete with a child from Singapore and a child from any of those countries whose statistics, whose data shows that their performance are leading the world, or is leading the world rather. We have to ensure that the children from Tobago are able to not just compete globally, but they are able to compete and beat the rest of the world. And at the end of the day, the most important factor for student learning in the a maximum of 1,000 students, which is above the current population size at Scarborough Secondary. We're not trying to go beyond that because the best practice in education is for smaller classrooms and smaller plants, much more manageable. And even while we are doing this today, by next week, we'll be going to launch the commencement for a new kindergarten or preparatory school in the Plymouth district, and then sometime the following week or perhaps just after Carnival, we will be going again to start the process for special needs school at Signal Hill. And so this government is making the decision that we will make considerable investments in education. Because if we educate our children well, not only will there be young people to come and take my place as chief secretary. But perhaps in our classrooms today, we will find the next Secretary General of the United Nations, the next Prime Minister, the next President, perhaps, certainly the next captain of some industry somewhere in the world. And that's what we want ultimately, to give the student of Tobago the best and highest quality education possible. And so, as a collective, we all contribute to giving our students the best quality education. And it goes beyond the teachers, because when this school is built, we expect the community that has been so vociferous about their failing school to be more than active in ensuring that the students receive high quality education. I expect the parents and the grandparents and the auntie and the nenes to come in and to teach skills to our young people. Skills that we as teachers missed or just don't have. We expect the alumni to support the school in more ways than throwing a fete or a good football match. We expect the PTA to show up to more than just meetings to complain about teachers, but to be active in the students' lives and ensuring that when your child comes home, that the homework is done and that the studies are kept at premium. Because at the end of the day, educating our students must go beyond the classroom. And it must go beyond the teachers that we hire. And so this is an invitation for the entire community of Tobago to ensure that we see this project through, one, and two, that what will come out of this new school will be the best Tobago could ever offer. The absolute best. And certainly it can be done. It can certainly be done. Tobago over the years have produced some of the best leaders in all spheres across the country. From governance to public service to the private sector, we have produced them. And we are to continue to do so and do even better, because our competition is no longer the Caribbean region. Our competition is the world. And so with that, I am elated that we are at this juncture. I'm elated that we are getting started. And I look forward to the process. I look forward to this coming to completion within 24 months after starting. And it will be remiss of me to take my seat and not bring this reality into play. On our books currently for Scarborough Secondary, the allocation as received from the central government is about $800,000 for school repairs and about $1 million for a new school. Of course, $1 million can't build a school of that size and to accommodate a population of that size. However, we have had constant conversations with the Minister of Finance, who has given an undertaking time and time again in our meetings with him that let's get to the design stage, and the central government is committed to funding this project. And so we look forward to that collaboration. We look forward to getting this done. We look forward to getting our students into a safer environment, a safer home. We look forward to all the rivalry and challenges we will get from the Marlins. I almost said Mantas. From the Marlins. I must poke fun at the Marlins. From the Marlins. And Scarborough Sec, you have produced quite a bit of notable citizens for Tobago and the country. And you have done so notwithstanding your circumstances. You have produced students of excellence over the years. You have produced students who have become citizens and leaders in all spheres of our society. And I'm seeing the hands of members of your alumni, including secretaries, assistant secretaries, administrators. You have produced ministers. And I'm saying to you, scholarship winners as well. And this year, additional scholarship this year. And I'm saying to you, don't leave the old school. We're against scholarships to come in the new school and breeze out because you now get air conditioning in your classrooms. You have to come and work doubly hard in ensuring that you produce even more Scarborough Secondary. You have challenged my administration to get this done for you, and now my administration is challenging you to produce the best students that Tobago has ever seen in its history. Thank you, and we look forward to great things ahead.
Thank you, Chief Secretary. Your remarks have undoubtedly provided further depth to our appreciation of the development unfolding before us. And now, the moment we have been eagerly anticipating, the actual sword-turning ceremony. This symbolic act marks the commencement of a new chapter, a testament to our collective vision and determination. Please join us at the site designated for our photo op at the front.
Yeah.
SSS Malin, committed to excellence. One sec, please. Okay. Please. Check again. Thank you.
Yes, agree.
You have questions too? Ask me. What? Well, come, let's see if we can get before you disappear, because you don't look like you're going to stay. Nah. Again.
So everything good?
I don't know if you asked that little piece of the audio going like this introduction, but again, I know that's funny. No, you come with me.
So you see, this is not as bad.
Yeah, that's how it's good.
Yes. Ocarisia, yeah, we can start without her.
Yeah, again.
Yes, we're waiting for you. Yes.
Alright, yeah, but they're going to do questioning now, right? Alright, cool, no problem. Well, I'll leave it.
We told Mr. Augustine we're waiting for you. We would never allow that. Besides the Chief Secretary, we would never allow that. Why ain't come on the next side and then just let it just sitting right here?
You ready, please? Ready?
When you're ready.
Is it ready? Shannon?
Yes, go ahead.
In terms of the amendments, I know there is talk for you to go back to the people of Tobago in terms of consultations. What's your view on it? Even the ICA is saying they will lead a protest if you don't go back to
I think people are completely misconstruing what I said. In fact, a member of the media reached out to ask me as a follow-up on what I spoke to at Mr. Charles's funeral. And I indicated at Mr. Charles's funeral that we were working on a document that highlighted the differences between what was actually sent down to Parliament by Tobagonians, by former Chief Secretary Orville London, and what is actually in the bill. The media, somebody in the media reached out to me asking for updates on that, and I indicated that that is completed and that that will be disseminated to both parliamentarians and to Tobagonians at large. That's not the same thing as if we sat and came up with our own amendments that we are going to send down to Parliament. The only thing that we are prepared to disseminate at this time is really a highlight of all the differences between the bills sent down to Parliament and the current bills that are before Parliament. So essentially, we have not come up with anything that Tobagonians have not already said they wanted, which came out of the extensive process of consultation that happened prior to me even becoming a member of the Tobago House of Assembly. So it is not that this government came up with some amendments on our own and will go to Parliament and not bring them to the rest of Tobago. The only thing that we are preparing to disseminate at this time is really that list of differences. That's not the same thing as us making amendments. So unfortunately, I simply said yes to the media practitioner that yes, the document that Mr. Charles was working on is completed. Yes, I will disseminate it, but I did not realize that that will then be misconstrued into meaning that somehow we have amendments. What will happen is that sometime next week or so, that matrix that was developed will be given to all and sundry. There is nothing new in that. We have not come up with anything new. That's not our place nor our job. So those who are anxious to protest, I'm sorry I need to allay your anxiety. Those that somehow see this as an opportunity to jumpstart a political career they never had, I'm sorry, this is not it. And those that somehow thinks that pushing is a leader make, I'm sorry, this is just not the opportune moment for you. I'm just so sorry.
Mr. Farley, are you aware that while workers are laying the fiber in Petit, fisher equipment is being destroyed?
No, I'm not aware of that.
And there's also a situation with the Friendship Road where one gentleman there said he's being bullied by the THA to remove himself from the lands without compensation.
The THA is not bullying anyone from the Friendship Road to remove themselves without compensation. Absolutely no one. As a matter of fact, I spoke to one resident. I could not find the other because there are two residents there towards the end. And the commitment from the Tobago House of Assembly is that notwithstanding that the part of the lands might be privately owned, not by them, but by someone else, by the folks who own the Kilgreen estate where the hotel development is supposed to go. They are the real owners. But notwithstanding that, the THA, I went personally and I gave the commitment that not only will they be moved, but we will facilitate the move insofar as rebuilding them a home commensurate with what they have now, and billing it at our expense, meaning the THA expense, not at their expense. So we're not going to move anybody out and not provide somewhere for them to live. And the commitment is also that we will provide up to 6 months of rent while we construct a new home for the two that's there, and to facilitate the move. But it's not.
Told us is that he's receiving talk from the assembly, but nothing in writing.
No, but he will receive that in writing from either the attorneys or an administrator of the THA, and we will not move him before he gets something in writing. So, again, he should not be fearful. Don't be anxious. No, I understand. Why?
The contractor was trying to come on his property yesterday, so the family reached out to us.
Oh well, I'm not aware the contractor was trying to go.
Was pushing away his materials.
Oh, I'm not aware of that, but certainly he will not be moved physically from the location before those provisions that I have highlighted are available to him.
Who from the THA is monitoring the work regarding the location of the fiber?
The location of the fiber was announced perhaps since about 2022. So that's not new to Tobagonians. The fiber has already landed, and they are literally just doing the online things. The way these fibers work is that they're not going to be floating in the ocean. They are very much all the way down into the seabed. And I don't see the fibers being in the seabed affecting the fishermen activity above that. While the THA is facilitating the project, it is a private enterprise that's doing the project. I want Tobagonians to understand how important this fiber is to Tobago. Because what this fiber does, it provides a sense of redundancy for our telecommunications network. Tobago will now have the only independent internet or telecom cable coming to the country that's not coming through Scarborough, but it's coming to Tobago directly. It means that Tobago will continue to enjoy that which comes to us now from Toco, and an independent one, which means that in the foreseeable future, we may even have blackouts in Trinidad, but not Tobago, because we can switch between the both. I will certainly investigate the claims of any fisherman or any fisher folk in terms of damages, and if that is the case, naturally the private enterprise that's running the cable will have to take responsibility. They most likely will have insurance that will cover those things, but of course the claim will have to investigate it, but I cannot verify at this time those said claims.
Can you give us an estimate as to what this is likely to cost?
Well, I can't give that figure in terms of estimate for the cost, because remember, this is going out to tender at the end of January. The engineers and whomever in procurement, I think they come up with their internal estimates. I am not in that process. Fortunately, I'm happy I'm not in that process, and the law does not allow me to be in that process. So I think perhaps when the tender is closed, then at that time, I think they will announce what the estimated costs will be.
Yesterday at Postcard, the Prime Minister announced constitutional reform. He also announced 7 people group that will lead that consultation on the constitutional reform. Can I get a comment from you on that?
Well, I didn't quite get the announcement because I worked till sometime after 1 this morning and was just in and out. I didn't get a chance to look at it. But we have been talking constitutional reform as a country for a very, very, very long time. Mr. Basil Pandey died, and he has campaigned on constitutional reform for all of his political career. And he died, and we have not been able to have any real constitutional reform. We are working with, in some instances, very old laws, antiquated concepts. And so, yes, constitutional reform is required, I think, at this time. I will have to look at it and see if at all there's requirement for Tobago's involvement, and what will be the scope of work for this 7-man committee. But constitutional reform, I think, should be welcomed by the entire country, because it has been on the books, it has been carded, it has been campaigned on, it has been promised for many, many years. And if we could get to the place of constitutional reform now, I think that will be a great thing.
Thank you so much.
All right, welcome.
Madam Secretary, one question. Yes, one question.
You sent us a release with regards to Signal Hill Primary School.
Yes.
Could you elaborate as to what is happening, please, in terms of getting
Health and safety concerns isn't adequate enough for you? It isn't? Oh, so... Yes, so there is a rodent infestation. Currently, public health is looking at the nearby compound. Apparently, there's an abandoned sewer plant somewhere right there. And so we're actually waiting on word from public health to confirm. Last year, when we had the challenges with St. Andrew's Anglican, I asked the school supervision unit to make a check throughout our schools. We understand that routine maintenance obviously was at a down point. There's something on you. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Yes, during the COVID period, and even though we would have those breaks in the school term and we would have the cleaners on the plants do what is duty bound for them to do, we realized that we needed to have some more extreme cleaning from time to time. And so when that happened and we lost contact hours, of course, being a proactive division, we ensured that principals, gave us insight on whether they were seeing signs or any type of indication of rodent activity. And so Signal Hill was flagged before. We did what we had to do. It was not as extreme as St. Andrews. We did what we had to do, and so it's, we didn't have any loss of contact hours. Yesterday, while at the principals' conference, we got word that, they were very concerned as to the activity. And so, again, being proactive, we decided to dismiss early, to not have school today, and to allow public health to go and do the baiting. And we're going to do some deep cleaning over the course of the weekend, and we hope to be back up and running by Monday. We're going to utilize this weekend, of course, to update the public. If there is anything untoward, if we can't reopen on Monday, we're going to make provisions for the Standard 5 class. We already have that plan in train. And so I'm going to give you a further update over the weekend. I don't want to be negative. I'm actually being optimistic about it because public health has given us the commitment to do all that's necessary. And we already have MTS on standby to assist us with that extreme cleaning, more deep cleaning, and of course sanitizing of the plant before we return. But we, of course, do not want to lose contact hours. You'll know the challenges we had with St. Andrews, and we do not want. So we're also, we've made the call to principals while we were there at the principals' conference. Keep checking. And, of course, schools will become harborage for rodent activity with how much, our resources we have stored away and so on. So keep looking in those corners, keep looking at areas you don't frequent to ensure that we don't have that activity so we won't have loss of contact hours. This is a critical term, as you all know. At the end of this term, we have the SCA exam. And so for some strange reason, these disruptions always happen in these critical moments. But we are trying to be very optimistic and hope that school will reopen on Monday. Yeah?
In terms of the COVID-19
yes.
What do you want to say in terms of guidelines to schools?
Right. So again, during that return to the face-to-face modality in 2022, as you already remember, the Division of Education, Research and Technology in collaboration with the Division of Health, Wellness and Social Protection and our in-house Education District Health Unit and OSH developed an infectious disease management plan. But again, we relaxed over the period of the last year and a half or so, and so we were not utilizing the plan as we should. We had a comprehensive meeting on Monday, Education District Health Unit, School Supervision, Curriculum, PIU, and OSH, and we sat down with representatives out of the Division of Health, Wellness and Social Protection, and we reviewed the document. We ensured that it was relevant not only for COVID, but of course we have some influenza strains and other respiratory illnesses occurring at this time, and as you would know, October to May is always the flu season. And then of course with Carnival happening at this period, we have, an increase in visitors and so on. So we sat with that document, we reviewed it, we made the minor changes to it, not a lot of it, and we wanted to reactivate, we're calling it COVID-19 protocols because that means something for our schools. But what it really is our infectious disease management plan. I would prefer to call it by that name. I think because the SS3's document made its way into the media, the COVID-19 became the highlight of it, but it's infectious diseases. And so we want students to do everything we did when we returned to school in April of 2022. The entry points would be set up for sanitization, so washing of hands and so on. We want them to also have the isolation rooms up and running. Not all schools are privy to a sick bay, but they are isolated areas designated. Our school safety officers are also going to be retrained because we got a new batch of them recently, and so we have to train them specifically. And of course, we want teachers, principals, all the administrative staff to be able to recognize a sick child and to do what is necessary. We're also urging parents, if your child is ill, to keep them at home. And this is even more concerning for the ECCEs and lower primary school area because, interaction is not, it's not being able to be controlled at that level. And so parents, you have a sick child, we are going to implore that you keep them at home. We are also not mandating mask wearing, but if parents and teachers believe that they want, so let me say that again. Parents believe that they want to protect their children from that interaction, they are free to have their charges wear the mask. It's not compulsory. we're also doing the same for teachers. You feel that way, and we're also imploring to THA workers and to bring back the protocols at our divisions as well. So at my division, for instance, we are going to pay special attention to our entry points, what we do when we're interacting. We're going to have regular cleaning, those areas that you hold very frequently, rails of stairs, the elevator or escalator, and everything. And I'm just imploring that we are mindful and we don't wait until it gets to crisis mode and then try to do some damage control then. So it's all proactive measures. It's not meant to, alarm us and have us scared, but it's more or less be precautionary, be proactive, and let's ensure that we don't have, especially coming out of the carnival period, we don't have any crisis in the Tobago space. All proactive measures. Yeah, so that document is going to be disseminated to our schools very soon by soft copy today and physical copy so they can have access to that. We're going to give the PTAs as well so parents can be very informed. And of course, it's a public document. So if you want to have a view of it when it's finished, no problem. I'm going to see if we can put a version of it at least online through our divisions page so you can see. There's some frequently asked questions that we've also answered there. And it's a very good document so you can see if a child presents with this particular symptom, how do you manage it and so on. But we have to all be responsible, and it starts from a parent being able to indicate if the child is ill and to have that child remain at home. Yes, you're welcome. Are you all very happy with today's activities? I mean, the rain fell and just but yes. Yes, we're saying it because this is a video. All right. Come say it.
You.
Right, so let's
What?
go.
What we saying? What we saying?
Hello?
What we saying?
President told it. Who's the president?
Presidency?
Right.
Alright.
Blue Marlins.
Blue Marlins. Alright. Or home of the Blue Marlins, which one? Okay. Home of the Blue Marlins.
We should have said new home. Of
True.
Blue Marlins. Yeah?
Yeah.
Let me say.
Retake.
Let's go. 3, 4.
Home.
Home of the Blue Marlins.
Oh wow. I started that one day. Yeah.
Right.
New home of the Blue Marlins.
3, 4.
New home of the Blue Marlins. Yeah, that one sounds better.
Right, so my picture.
Felicia, the camera's still rolling. Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say that. That's what
Oh, I didn't even know this. Sorry. I fucking saw it.
You're viewing Tobago Updates Television, your exclusive gateway to Tobago, broadcasting the beauty of this island paradise to the world.